2024 is gonna be a game changer. Like seriously, we're talking about the biggest election year in history. Almost half of the world is gonna be involved in regional, legislative, or presidential election. Can you believe it? We're looking at around 76 countries or regions holding elections, with over 100 election events going down. That's gonna impact a mind-blowing 4.17 billion people, which is like 41% of the entire world's population. And not to mention, these elections are gonna shake up the world's GDP, accounting for a whopping 42%. Listen, it's not just some faraway places experiencing this. We're talking North America, Europe, Russia, South Asia, and more. These elections are gonna rock the political landscape and change the world as we know it. Now you might be wondering, how does this affect us regular folks, right? And what can we expect in 2024? Well, with all these uncertainties swirling around, it's crucial for each and every one of us to stay informed. That's why you're here, right? So, if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest business and investment insights, you know what to do. Just hit that like button and subscribe my channel. Firstly, let's talk about Russia for a second. They've got their presidential election going down on March 17, 2024. And guess who's in the race? Now other than Putin himself, right? Aiming for his 5th term as president of Russia. According to the Russian constitution, Putin can seek re-election for 2 more terms after this one, which means that he could be in power till 2036. That's a long run, my friend. Now let's talk about this ongoing showdown between Russia and Ukraine. It's been a solid 22 months of back and forth, and the sanctions and all that jazz has really hit Russia hard. But you know what? And nobody able to replace Putin's leadership in Russia. Recent poll data shows that more and more Russians want Putin to run for the re-election. According to a survey by the All-Russian Center for Public Opinion Research in November last year, a whopping 78.8% of respondents trust Putin, and 75.7% approve of his work. The Public Opinion Foundation in Russia also found that 17% of those surveyed think Putin should run for re-election. If Putin managed to secure that re-election, he will surpass Stalin's time in office and become the longest-serving non-monarch leader in Russian history. Come to here, there's a person we have to mention, that is Trump. If he gets elected as president of the United States in 2024, here's a chance, a big one, that the conflict between Russia and Ukraine must see an end through negotiations. You see, Trump's relationship with Putin is real interesting. He's got a big mouth and can trash talk anybody, right? But he's never said a bad word about Putin. If Trump steps in between Russia and Ukraine, there's a good chance they might settle things through talks. Oh, here's another thing. If Putin continues his reign, it's gonna keep pushing the stability of Russian and China's relationships, right? In turn, it will boost their trade game. In the past year, we saw that China and Russia were all up in each other's business in finance, energy, and other fields. From January to November last year, their total trade volume hit a historical milestone, crossing the $200 billion. That's a 50.2% increase in Chinese exports to Russia. And in the rapid export growth, high-tech products like smartphones and display services, as well as automobiles and mechanical and electronic products, are the real stars of the show. Alright, now let's dive into the newest and most important election, the US presidential election. The latest poll shows that President Biden's approval rating has hit an all-time low. A whopping 62% of respondents don't approve of Biden's handling of economy, What's more, his economist McDane from UK has declared that in 2024, Trump poses biggest threat to the world. They're saying he's like a dark cloud hanging over everyone's head. Trump himself has announced that if he gets elected, he will put an end to the Ukraine conflicts within 24 hours. Bold claim, right? Back to the history, what we can saw is during his time in office from 2018 to 2019, Trump invoked the national security card and slapped punitive tariffs worth around $370 billion on Chinese goods imported to the US under Section 301. And guess what? After taking the reins, pretty much kept those tariffs on Chinese goods intact. Some serious momentum going on here, and if he's doing well in the polls, he's not shy about it. He straight up said that if he becomes president again, he will take a series of measures, including discussing with his advisors the possibility of raising tariffs on Chinese imports to a whopping 60%. Yes, you heard that right. 60%. Sounds crazy, right? So, what's Trump's aim with all this? Is he trying to start a new global trade war or something else? China's got a massive population and a vast market with the greatest potential. America's biggest trading partner. If the US imposes hefty tariffs on China, it's gonna shake up the trade cooperation between the two countries once again. So come to an end, we're gonna admit that the election result are bringing a whole lot of uncertainty when it comes to the economic development in 2024. And now let's move to the Eurozone, which is gearing up for political events this year. Mark your calendars for June 6th to 9th. That's when the European Parliament elections are going down. This will be the first European Parliament election, UK's Brexit, which is regarded as the wind vane of European politics. In the past 2 years, Europe's extreme right-wing forces have been growing rapidly, and the next European policy may be further conservative to the right, which will bring pressures on Europe's relationships with China in the area of trade, investment, science, and technology. A European polling organization data showed that political support rate of European extreme right-wing political parties have reached the highest level in the history. But wait, there's more. Mexicans got a presidential showdown with two women in the ring, making waves in history. Well, come to a conclusion. A world where major conflicts and crucial election collide. 2024 is shaping up to be more than just a casual shake. Get ready for some serious political turbulence, my friend.